This is a house which I think I can put in a category of very organized, designed house, because the brief of the house was very detailed in terms of their utility, their usage, their activity, their floor space usage. It was easy for us to understand the spatial quality and the space utilization and the people who are staying over here and their floor space utility. This is in fairly newer part of Ahmedabad. The area is called Ambli. There are larger buildings around, and the society is planned in such a way that this house falls into the outskirts of the society. So this house faces a very wide road. There are about two families staying over here with a small kid. He and his wife. His wife has got health food catering business over here. So that was also supposed to be taken care of within the same premises, and their parents are also there with them, and with one son. One bedroom we have also designed for his brother.
When we approached them for the designing of our house, we had some certain points that to be included, that is space and facilities. Ours is a mid-size of land, so basically we wanted to include everything in this piece of land, right from space to facility, along with a low maintenance house.
This plot is west oriented, so west side is all empty. There are vast lands in front of the plot, so a lot of sun comes in. We thought of raising the entire space up, so the ground does not have any rooms. The first floor onwards the house starts, and the lower floor has got the parking and office and servant area. The area where you enter has front entry and back entry. So back entry is aligned with a lift so that old people can utilize that entry and the car can go up to the entry. And front entry is for informal entry for the guest who just comes up to the house directly into the drawing room. They wanted to have the parents with the child on one floor. So on the first floor we kept all the drawing room, dining, kitchen, family space and one day bed kind of a bedroom, and kept the center as double height, and that got connected to the second floor where the son and the old parents are staying, so they can easily communicate to the first floor. And the third floor goes for the two brothers, which is more private, has got small in-room theater and two bedrooms. The plot has basically two sides which are exposed to sun. One is west and one is south. We made balconies on the west side and created a small barrier for the sun to enter into the rooms, and also gave the south area as services. So all the toilets and everything is in the south and the bedrooms are in the front. There are these main three layers to the plan, and this is divided with another three layers on the other direction. These are living spaces. This is arrival. That's the double height, which sort of binds all the spaces from first floor to second floor. And this is the kitchen. And this communication or the movement goes right through, and this is where the vertical movement happens. The house is raised with green space over here. Then there are veranda and covered balconies happening over here. This is the ground, the internal spaces, the double height, and the last bay of the house. And at every point we've tried and provided some kind of greenery. We have the lower floor as solid with the expression of rough plaster and garden happening on top. And there is a clear demarcation of a solid wall on one side, which is basically all the dressing rooms are happening on that. So what we did was we created a particular blank facade over here, which is attached to different levels of balconies, which is providing shade to the room with that facade. These volumes which comes out and goes in at every level. So that created fairly good amount of shade and gave a very interesting third dimension to the building. We have almost used the entire length and breadth of the built mass which is allowed as per the norms, and in the northern side the mass had a big glass in the center which gave good amount of light throughout the day in the center area of the house. The color tone which we have used for this house is mostly greys in the entire interior. It's usage of pure wood and grey stones everywhere. Even in the facade we have used leather finish granites, so that brought about the shade slightly duller and provided a good grey in sync with the interior spaces. We've used wood in the ceiling from outside so that it provides a feel of the texture which we have also used inside. When you start from entrance, start feeling that texture of what we are going to see next in this house. House has got basically 3 spaces where everyone interacts. One is the TV room on the first floor, which is sort of attached to a formal drawing. So whenever there are a lot of people gathering together, then they can utilize this front area with the lawn outside the house. So it is one big area in the front, and then there is one small TV room where at least 10-15 people can sit together, which is on the second floor. Apart from this, the dining area, which is double height, where people usually sits in the afternoon. We have tried and concentrated on fewer details in making this house. How the steps are made, or how the front staircase is made, where one enters, what do you see, how do you enter in a space which is a space between 2 rooms, but then that passage is created in such a way with the help of wood in the ceiling or some kind of barrier on one side and glass on one side. It forms a sense of entry to this space. Given bigger internal usage spaces for the rooms, the spaces are divided into such a way that they get larger spaces to use rather than larger common spaces and smaller rooms.